if the entire season is like week one, hide the women and children because it is going to be absolute bedlam the entire time.
I can't believe what I watched. I cannot believe it.
I think I could watch that game on a loop today and still not understand how the Broncos lost.
Yes, and the clock management.
Yeah, all of it.
And what happened. Everyone's ripping Hackett, and everyone they call. To me, I wanted to start drinking when I saw shotgun twice, 4th and 1. This is an epic. This must end in college and pro. It's got to stop.
They're professional athletes.
They're going shotgun from the 1.
Yes, you are a pro football team in the National Football League. You're not Akron, okay?
Yes.
College, maybe you get a pass. I don't give them a pass, but maybe if you're trying to pull an upset or whatever, you don't go. Russ Wilson's career at the goal line.
Can you believe it?
No, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, it just so
two fumbles at the 1.
Yeah, exactly right. So there are so many bad things, right? And everybody's talking about you give up that much and you pay Russ Wilson that much money. Clearly, number one, right? And you're going to actually trust your kicker to make a 64-yard field goal over Russell Wilson to pick up 4th and 5. There's all that. We all agree on that. It was a bonehead decision there by Hackett. The time management and the timeouts that they had in pocket still. Paul, they had a first down at midfield with give or take a minute 20 to play with 3 timeouts. And they had to settle for a 64-yard field goal attempt.
Yep. Where was the sense of urgency? Why were they huddling that whole drive? And then there are 59 seconds left after the 3rd down play. They come up to the line and they let 39 seconds tick off and then call the timeout. And then you just whatever you do, you can't call the timeout there.
Because you're going to get the ball back at some point if you miss.
Yes, right. You still have a chance. But then the snap call to bring him out there, which would have been the second longest field goal in NFL history. Did he think the game was in Denver?
Was he confused?
Look at this, too, by Warren Sharp. There's the history of McManus, 62+. 62 miss, 62 miss, 63 miss, 64 miss, 64 miss. And then he's not even close on the first try because Carroll bails him out with the timeout.
Right.
So we got to look in that. He's like, nah, let's go. Let's try it again. Right. But it's 4th and 5, and the game's not in Denver, and it's the second long, and you call it, the whole thing was a mess. 39 seconds come off the clock. You take the timeout. You miss the kick. God.
That's the part that killed me maybe the most is that you line up for the field goal, and we're like, is this kind of a joke? Are they really going to do this? Even on, I think it was Buck and Aikman. Like, I don't think this is actually going to be for real, is it? Because you can't trust your kicker more than Russell Wilson. And then Seattle does bail him out with the timeout. And then it's a snap call. No, stay out there, guys. I'm confident in this decision. Like, when Seattle called the timeout, you never rethought the possible deal here at the end of the game from 64 yards. The whole thing is completely baffling.
Yeah. What was with the play calling? Why was everything dink and dunk then if they were having success with Sutton and Judy and throwing the ball down the field? Everything became dink and dunk. I also lost my prop, but I can't believe he only scrambled once the whole game. He had one rush for two yards. I couldn't believe what I was watching on the last drive.
So suddenly we're going to get check down Russ?
Check down Russ.
What kind of a chef is that?
Yes.
Is he way in the back of the line? Is he handling fries? Because he's not the executive chef, I'll tell you that.
Let Gino cook.
He's not the right. So I mean, it's like no, and I get it. Defenses are going to concentrate on Judy and Sutton because it's Russ and he throws the deep ball. But you have Javonte Williams with 11 catches last night, and I lost count on how many targets he had every single time back to pass. No, I'm going to dump it off in here and see what we can figure out right now on the final drive of the game. You're not going to look at anybody else. The whole thing again was just, and then when you couple it with this. The 4th down decision to run it with Melvin Gordon at the goal line, 4th and goal. So as a head coach, again, this is what you're telling us now. You're not, and I agree with going for it. You should go for it at that point for a touchdown. But
the analytics say if you're into that stuff, Aikman, what a gem he is.
I know. But you decided to not take the points at the goal line. Quote, take the points. You went for it.
Oh, good call.
And you fumbled. Yeah. Then you go shotgun and hand it off to Javonte Williams. That was only 3rd and goal at the 1. But if he doesn't fumble and he's stopped at the 1, does he go for it again there? So you were ready in your first game ever as a head coach. You said, I don't want the points. I believe in this. It's a chip shot, but who cares? We're going to go for the touchdown. And then you're okay with settling for a 64-yard attempt on 4th and 5? What? Were you prepared for the game at all? Are you just going to go willy-nilly the entire time? He clearly told the country last night, I have no idea what I'm doing at the end of this game.
Right.
No clue.
Absolutely. When Carroll looks like the smart one, you got problems.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yep.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but to me, it was an automatic upgrade from Fangio because he was to this guy. Here's another thing, though, too, because they got absolutely blistered by the tight ends last night, and more on that coming up here in a minute. But Fangio as the defensive coordinator, I like. Fangio as the head coach, no thank you. But after one night of watching Hackett, I'm like, maybe I should have been more open to Fangio there as the head coach. I say that halfway tongue-in-cheek because I couldn't stand the guy, and he's, old school as it gets. But the stuff from Hackett, oh, boy, what a bad look.
There's new ownership here.
Yep.
I mean, this is, if this goes sideways, this could be that was so egregious. That is so bad what he did.
On all
he
fronts.
Was completely out of his element, what he was doing.
Yep.
That's high school. And I agree with all the tweets. How can it be that a 12-year-old kid can play Madden and know more with clock management and strategy than these guys in a billion-dollar industry? I mean, what'd they pay for that team? $4 billion, whatever it is? And this guy doesn't have a clue.
You're paying that much money for the franchise. You're paying that much money for the franchise quarterback, and then you bring in a new coach, and you're like, wait, we really signed up for this? He's going to be our guy? Yeah, I don't think so. So this is Hackett after the game talking about the crazy decision to kick a field goal.
We were right on the line, and he had plenty of distance. He just missed it. And so, and again, Brandon gave it his best shot. I mean, that's a long field goal to hit. I think he's completely capable of that. But obviously, I wish we would have gotten a lot closer. But it put us in that weird spot there because we were in the field goal range, but we were on that fourth down situation. Didn't think we were going to get that many yards. So I thought it was a great job by Javonte, and we just made the decision. We want to take our shot there on that one.
Oh my God! It's 4th and 5. He's one of the. You gave him all this money and brought him in. You can't get 5 yards? I don't think we could get it.
We're in field goal range.
Shut the season down again. I can't pick up 4th and 5. Yeah, we're in field goal range. Yeah, he's like a 37-yarder.
I know.
Oh, my God.
The whole idea, again, it's like the end of the Tennessee game. They were going to settle for and it was said on the broadcast, hey, it's going to be a chip shot. A 46-yarder is a chip shot? Now, this guy's talking about how 64-yarders in field goal range. Yes, he had the distance. We get that. But that's, again, Pauly, like you said earlier, that would have been the second longest field goal in the history of the game.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
I'll take my chances with that more than trusting Russell Wilson with that much time on the clock.
Mm-hmm. Is there something to this, too? Quarterbacks that didn't play in the preseason are 3-8 now.
Sure.
I mean, they were probably late getting out of the huddle.
Oh, yeah, always.
Getting the play in, everything. Yep. They were discombobulated and disjointed.
Yes, they were.
The other thing I will say this, it's definitely, they won the game. Congratulations. That's definitely cause for concern with Seattle.
Oh, they never should have won the game.
You need all of that, and you win by a point. Your quarterback is 17 of 18 in the first half, and it was a drop. And that was the tight. That play, was it Penny? I don't know who it was. The running back is wide open. If the tight end doesn't tip that might be a house call.
Right.
So Smith plays the game of his life. And you still win by 1 point in that atmosphere and environment.
And two fumbles at the goal line.
You're right.
To turn the ball over.
Where would the other Carroll? I mean, just no adjustment. They get shut out in the second half.
Here's the thing.
Just no adjustment.
Yeah, right. To give him credit, right? Like they came out, the first half game plan was working to perfection.
Sure, shotgun throw, yes.
Right. They had guys wide open all over the field. Penny looked great.
Yeah.
You're exactly what I was thinking last night. Typical Pete Carroll. Where were the adjustments in the second half? Because you did nothing offensively. And they just kept doing the same exact thing. Never adjusted. Uh-huh. I got one for you to watch out for. The Broncos defense last night.
Okay.
The Seahawks tight ends, Parkinson, Disley, and Fant, combined to go 8 for 102 and 2 touchdowns on 9 targets. That defense gets Kelsey twice, Waller twice, Kittle in a couple of weeks if he's healthy, and Mark Andrews down the road. At a bare minimum, those are the tight ends they're facing this year. So file that one away when it comes to props and how this team could get eviscerated by that position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good observation. Surprised they booed him?
Yeah, I am. Put it this way. He's
a weird guy.
He's a very strange guy.
I just don't know. It's like we were talking to our producer, Dustin, before the show. It's like he's a method actor, like he's playing a role. Like, what is this business? Looking up to the skies at midfield when you know there's 12 cameras. What's this running out of the tunnel and hand-fiving imaginary people, like you're high-fiving your teammates,
fake people,
and no one's there.
Right, practicing the high five.
Right. Remember when he was hurt and he's coming out and he's going through pregame stuff? It's like, you're not playing. You're hurt.
Yeah, exactly right. No, he's not a very likable guy, but he is by far and away the best quarterback in the history of the franchise.
I think he's playing a character, like he's acting.
Yeah.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN sports betting podcasts.